Ethan Slater, great job. That is not easy to do. All right, that's Nightly News for this Tuesday. I'm Tom Llamas. Thanks so much for watching. Tonight and always, we're here for you. Good night.
This program lineup is brought to you by Vision Express.
KUAM TV8, home of Super Bowl 60, coming February 9th, 2026. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at Matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
KUAM News Primetime. An urgent call to action from local activists against the deep-sea mining proposal in the Marianas. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with the growing concerns. After another leadership shakeup, lawmakers pressed the governor's pick for Adjutant General on the Guam National Guard's readiness, regional operations, and land use. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with the story coming up. A call to lawfully expand the amount of island charter schools heard in the legislature. More from that discussion coming up. Hafa and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Thanks for ending your day with us. Well, with less than a handful of days to provide public comments, concerns are growing over plans for deep-sea mining in the Marianas. A protest and community meeting are being organized by local organization Prostate, who says the community and local leaders need to stand up against the, quote, destruction and desecration of the ocean. Mitsuki Hirayama has more. An urgent call to action from Prostate. The local activist group is holding a protest and community meeting Thursday afternoon at the ITC intersection against the federal government's deep-sea mining proposal in the Marianas.
We don't know enough about the ecology of the deep sea. We don't know enough about the impacts of the technology. But what we do know is that this is the most vulnerable, critical part of our planet that needs our protection. And as Indigenous Pacific Islanders, it's our obligation and responsibility to come out and stand against this permanent destruction and desecration of our sacred ocean.
As KUAM reported, the U.S. Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, or BOEM, wants to open more than 35 million acres of federal waters near the northern Mariana Islands and the Marianas Trench to potential deep-sea mining. They put out a request for information to the CNMI about a month ago, kicking off a 30-day comment period. The governors of Guam and the CNMI jointly requested for more time or a 120-day extension. But Adelup confirms that extension has not been granted yet, and the deadline is fast approaching. The comment period ends this Friday, December 12th.
Unfortunately, we haven't seen a town hall meeting yet in our community, hosted by the government here or even in the CNMI. And so we really wanted to create a community space for people to gather to visibly oppose this RIF, or request for information.
The protest will be from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Immediately after, a community meeting will be held at 6 p.m. in the Tamuning Community Center. She says it's an opportunity for residents to discuss their concerns, document them, and hear from local speakers.
It's really important that people understand that they do not have to be experts. They do not have to be experts on the science of deep sea mining or even on the technology or even on the ecology. All they need to do is care about this issue and talk about how it impacts us directly and personally as Pacific Islanders.
Meantime, Flores also calls on local leaders to, quote, stand up and speak out, like American Samoa, which is also being eyed for deep-sea mining.
We need our government and the government of the Northern Marianas to also make that position, to say no to deep-sea mining. We need our folks to come out and oppose deep-sea mining. We invite everybody to join us at the protest tomorrow from 4 to 5:30 at ITC intersection, and for the community meeting immediately after that at 6 p.m. But more than anything, we need our community members to submit comments to BOEM and to the Department of Interior, and they can look at our toolkit for tips, for the video of the comment workshop that we hosted, and for all kinds of important talking points.
Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
With the Guam National Guard in a transition period, lawmakers are taking a close look at the governor's nominee to lead the force. Retired Army Colonel Karen Watson, who grew up on Guam, stepped before senators to share her qualifications and her vision for the Guard's future. Nevaeh Anderson reports.
Before Senator Shanggu Matautau's Committee on Public Safety, Emergency Management, and the Guam National Guard, the governor's latest nominee for TAG, retired U.S. Army Colonel Karen Watson, laid out her vision for the Guard after being formally appointed on November 18th. Watson brings decades of military leadership, including service in the Pentagon, the Joint Staff, and as a military police officer. And the community made a strong turnout, with 34 testimonies submitted, all in support of Watson's confirmation. Among those testifying was former Senator and UOG ROTC classmate Dwayne Sinicolas.
Colonel Watson is the right person for the job. Karen has always been a leader. You don't reach the heights of in the military without developing compassion for those you lead, humility to know that we are all part of one team, and the courage to wake up every day doing the same things over and over again, knowing that your decision affects lives of those you lead.
Others spoke to her adaptability, professionalism, and resilience, with Ronaldo Albaganen's testimony highlighting her personal journey.
Who is Karen? Karen is someone who fought her way through struggle, someone who never forgot where she came from, someone who carried Guam with her no matter where the Army sent her, someone whose service never came at the expense of her family. She is someone who started with so very little and earned her way to the top.
When pressed about her top priorities, Watson pointed to personnel shortfalls that could limit the Guard's readiness. She said rebuilding the pipeline of trained, educated soldiers and officers is critical to the Guard's long-term stability. Watson also emphasized strengthening homeland defense and growing Guam state partnerships with Palau, the Marshall Islands, and the Philippines.
Part of the ability to protect ourselves from any future threats has to come from our partnerships.
The retired colonel even addressed the public perception that Guam-based guardsmen were overlooked for the top position.
Someone might say that I'm not from Guam, and again, contrary to that, I am from Guam. But because I have been gone and now coming back, I don't have the biases that everyone else who's been here, who's been in the organization brings. I believe I bring in a fresh perspective. It's neutral.
And when questioned about Senator Gu Matautau's bill proposing the use of Chamorro Land Trust property in Molesu for Guard training, a move opposed by the mayor and residents, Watson kept her stance measured.
I think it's important that what comes out of the TAG's office is, pardon my language, not half-ass. So if anything, if that is something that is a need, it's going to be well planned out. It's not something that we're just going to drop and ask for. Without really planning and looking into the impacts to the community. Land is scarce on the island, so we have to be very careful and protect it.
And although the island will be electing a new governor in less than a year, meaning a new TAG could be appointed, Watson says her focus is on what she can strengthen now. Leadership development, support for transitioning veterans, and ensuring Guam soldiers and airmen have what they need to continue serving their community. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
Well, the Ukodu power plant is back online for testing and could hit full capacity at points this week, according to an update to the Consolidated Commission on Utilities. GPA officials say the 198 megawatt plant has been pushed as high as 208 megawatts during testing and as low as 65, but they were able to survive, calling that good news as the facility edges closer to full activation. If all goes as planned, Ukodu may operate at its full load whenever possible, though not yet for a 24-hour cycle. Once fully online, Ukodu alone is expected to meet more than 2/3 of Guam's power demand. Meanwhile, work continues on gas turbine 3, which left the island for repairs in September, a failure that delayed Ukodu's September 30 activation deadline. GPA is still targeting December 31st for full commissioning. The delays come with a price tag. GPA says it will lose nearly $13 million in expected revenue, spend over $23 million more on fuel, and must keep the 50-year-old Cabras 1 and 2 running until May. CCU approved a $1.4 million contract extension to keep Cabras operating, and there's federal pressure. The U.S. EPA has issued a notice to GPA for missing the September activation date. If Cabras isn't shut down by March 30th, 2026, GPA could face fines. The authority is now seeking EPA approval to formally set Ukodu's commissioning date as December 31st and extend the deadline. In other news, a renewed push to expand the amount of charter schools on the island was loud and clear during a confirmation hearing for members of the Guam Academy Charter Schools Council Tuesday. Here's more from the legislature.
Is there room for new charter schools on Guam? And by law, how can senators make that happen? That question coming from Senator Tello Taitagui during Tuesday's confirmation hearing for Guam Academy Charter Schools Council members David Camacho and Evangeline Cepeda. Cepeda, GAC's council chair, not hesitating, responding with this.
Do we need more charter schools? Absolutely. I'm all about growing. I'm all about choices.
Following with a direct call to action. To note, under current Guam law, the existing 7 charter schools have reached the legal cap. But Cepeda says expanding that number by at least 5 more would be a realistic goal.
I'm not saying we're going to open a charter school, 5 charter schools in 1 year. That's nonsense. The law requires a timeline. We can't do it as a council member. But if you do 5, it prepares for those that want to open a charter or want to become a charter in the next 3 to 5 years.
Cepeda also sharing that at least 2 organizations have already signaled they are ready to open as a charter, with others in the community expressing interest in growth as well. Meanwhile, Camacho also using the hearing to push for a budget increase to raise teacher wages in charter schools.
Time for a quick break. You're watching KUAM.
This holiday season, the magic is near. In every aisle, it's crystal clear. From decor that dazzles, to toys that bring joy, to sweet little treats for each girl and boy. Lights that sparkle, gifts from the heart, it all comes together at Kmart.
KFC. Celebrate the holidays with KFC Hot and Spicy Chicken and Honey Hot Wings Holiday Feast.
Bringing back our best ones through the years.
All that deliciousness for just $39.95.
KFC, it's finger licking good.
Anything's possible. I push to the limits. I climb every wall. I keep on believing. Anything's possible.
If there's one thing we've learned, it's never to underestimate the spirit and strength of the people of our island home. Which is why at Bank of Hawaii, you, your dreams, and your possibilities will always have a home. Reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
Welcome back to Primetime. A week after calling affordability a Democratic hoax, President Trump is touting his administration's moves to bring down prices and raise up Americans' economic future. But recent polls show Americans are unhappy with the state of the economy and Trump's handling of it, and Republicans fear that unease will lead voters to punish them in next year's midterm elections unless things turn around soon.
President Trump has an affordability problem, but he doesn't see it that way.
I wonder what grade you would give
A+.
A+.
Yeah, A++++++.
That's not quite the view the American public has. A recent Gallup poll finding only 36% of Americans think he's doing a good job with the economy. 62% disapprove. Trump promised a nation weary of high inflation to bring prices down. And at a rally-style event in Pennsylvania tonight, he trumpeted his administration's accomplishments.
They say affordability, and everyone says, oh, that must mean Trump has high prices. No, our prices are coming down tremendously from the highest prices in the history of our country.
But according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, that hasn't happened, especially when it comes to food. Comparing prices to a year ago, everything from coffee to bananas is up.
I'm in the grocery store weekly at minimum, like $120, $130. Search for the sales.
And it's not just groceries. One of the biggest affordability issues, buying a house.
Homes are, on average, 50% more expensive than they were in 2020. 50% is enormous.
High demand, low inventory has led to skyrocketing prices. Then there's inflation. It soared after the pandemic, which caused prices to rise higher faster.
The Federal Reserve and other policymakers are doing their best to try to make this better.
The Federal Reserve meets today and tomorrow and could lower interest rates for the fourth time in a year. That's good for borrowers, but has the potential to keep inflation high, and that means higher prices. Monica Alba, NBC News, Washington.
And tonight we remember a man whose fingerprints are on some of the most important milestones in Guam's labor history and on the development of the sports community that raised generations of athletes. Jenna Gincharfres has more on Robert Bob Hartsock.
Robert Bob Hartsock, a man who helped shape Guam's labor movement and its sports community, has passed away. He died on December 1st in Sweet Home, Oregon. He was 84. Hartsock moved to Oregon with his wife, Frances Luther, after retiring from the federal government, bringing to a close decades of service to the island. He first came to Guam in 1966 and quickly became a driving force in education and labor rights. As president and executive director of the Guam Federation of Teachers, he negotiated some of the island's most important contracts, including the first agreements for teachers, cafeteria workers, school aides, bus drivers, and port workers. He trained future negotiators, represented Guam at teacher conferences across Hawaii, and later served as a federal public defender, continuing his long commitment to fairness and justice. But Hartsock was also a cornerstone of Guam's sport. A former track and cross-country athlete, he coached basketball, track, volleyball, and cross-country at Agate Junior High and George Washington High, leading teams to island titles. He helped found the Guam Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Guam Running Club, and later coached the Windward Wolverine soccer team, the island's first civilian youth soccer club. He played and coached in the Guam Soccer Leagues for years, led the island's teams in the South Pacific Games, and was part of the efforts that helped Guam gain acceptance into FIFA in 1996. Guam remembers Hartsock, a teacher, mentor, coach, and advocate whose impact spanned generations, both in the field and in the community. Jenna Gincharfres, KUAM News.
And in other news, a big part of what makes the holiday season so special is the tradition for families, for organizations, and for teams. And this is true for educators too, as one school right up the road from us are contributing to celebrate the holidays and make the season special for kids.
This time of year, all of us at KUAM scour the entire island looking for amazing holiday displays. And we only had to go today right up the street from us in Harmon to find what may be the best Christmas display we've seen.
iLearn Academy Charter School has decked its halls and created a walk-through Christmas experience that's breathtaking. It's a tradition in its third year, and 2025 is the best ever.
Hafa-day and welcome to iLearn's annual Deck the Halls for school year 2025 to 2026.
A collaboration between faculty and parents has become the pride of the Lions in producing the display, beginning in the Harmon School's main hallway and branching off across 4 themed corridors, transporting you into movie wonderland.
It started a couple of years ago. We wanted to do something for Christmas. It was around the time that we had International Week, and a couple of our administrative staff were kind of brainstorming, like, what is a school-wide initiative that we could do? And we said, you know what, let's do a decoration thing. First it was doors, and then it was like, you know what, let's do the hallways. And then it just kind of naturally evolved into this.
And while the themes were planted at the beginning of the school year, with teachers keeping their concepts in the back of their minds amid lesson plans and roll call, they had 14 days to design, assemble, and fabricate what became a colorful cavalcade of Christmas.
The 4 themes this year, so we have Tangled, we have Alice in Wonderland, we have The Wizard of Oz, and we have Willy Wonka this year. Yeah, so it's, and then, but the challenge is to Christmasify that, so to make it Christmas as well.
The display is a guaranteed smile for kids of all ages and the selfie spot of the season.
So the teachers knew about the theme since the start of the year, and then they were given 2 weeks, essentially 2 weeks, which really is 10 days, work weeks, to begin bringing things out and actually applying it to the wall.
While the Lyon family gets the honor of enjoying their handiwork before anyone else, this Friday and Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m., it's open to the public, with proceeds and donations going to help expand iLearn's middle school.
I can't speak for the teachers, but I know they feel that sense of pride because the feedback is phenomenal. Parents are in awe. Kids are, even though they see it being built, they're still in awe and they just can't wait to show their parents. We've gotten a lot of comments, parents are like, oh, this is better than any like displays, like drive-by displays or the lighting that happens like downtown. They're always very, very complimentary.
And since we're talking about Christmas, across the way in Upper Tumon at St. John's, the school had its winter holiday concert for the lower and upper schools with the theme Peace on Earth. Here's some of the fun. Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a flyover view of Ipoh Beach Park in Tumon.
GU Self-Storage, located in Harmon next to McDonald's, offers a variety of storage units. With rates starting as low as $95 per month, we offer complimentary use of dollies, push carts, Klein's hand trucks, and pallet jack, with a fully covered loading and unloading areas and ADA accessible units. We offer 24-hour CCTV surveillance monitoring, alarm, and individual pin-coded gate and door access, because your safety is our priority. GU Self-Storage, voted Pika's Best in 2024. Call 671-648-7867 today.
Tender love and care.
Did we invent crispy chicken? Nah, we just put it where it belongs, inside burritos and tacos, obviously. Extra saucy. 2 strips, huh? Look at that. Overachieving? Sure. Did you ask for it? No, but we did it anyway. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell, a brand new classic. You're welcome.
Wesley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby! Wesley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby!
While all the Whos of Whoville were laughing and eating, the Grinch from his lair started plotting and scheming. He thought to himself, how can I ruin their holiday meals? They'll truly despise dill pickle seasoning on fries. They're all in for shocks when I stitch them odd socks. So if you want to experience the Grinch's new meal, you can head to McDonald's and show him how you feel. The new Grinch meal, now at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas, and the Guam Army National Guard. Live here, serve here.
Well, yes, in fact, I am wearing my Waterboy jersey. Thank you so much for asking, audience out there. And hey, you know what? Is the Waterboy a holiday movie? Actually, it is, because of college football season, bowl season, everything like that. Awesome, awesome movie. You know what's also a holiday tradition? The Guam Hogs and the entire motorcycle community on Guam. Everyone who loves to ride, the candy run is amazing. We bag up candy, we distribute it, and when I say we, I mean the motorcycle community. And if you love to ride, it can be street bike, Harley, trike, anything. You can join in this wonderful island tradition. Make sure to show up at Guam Premier Outlets at 8 a.m. They'll have a safety briefing, and then they will take off in two teams, one for the north, one for the south, and you will distribute candy to our less fortunate neighborhoods. Really, really good work there by my friends in the motorcycle community. Good job, all right, by all the MCs. All right, the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce, Galpal, they are electing their next generation of leadership, and this is really, really cool, and there's going to be a vendor showcase. So please make sure to go there and see these amazing, lovely local ladies and the work that they do, the businesses they've created, how they contribute to our economy. Good people too. These are all friends of mine. They're doing good work. So make sure to go there. Tell them KUAM sent you, because they're awesome people. All right? And the Jingle Bell Run is happening. We keep telling you about this because the commemorative shirt that you will get is off the charts. No such thing as ugly sweaters here at KUAM, right? Look at that one. It's awesome. So please make sure to check it out, because you're also going to help our friends at Guam Cancer Care. You're going to be able to check out the Leo Palace, which is an amazing venue for 2Ks and 5Ks, and you're going to get in shape during the holidays. We all need that. All right, awesome. I'm going to go stream The Waterboy. For now, here's your birthdays.
Happy birthday to Ray Sudo. You've officially leveled up in the game of life, your shout out says, and that's really, really good. Remember, they say age is just a number, and Biba to you. Ray, we hope you had a fantastic Wednesday. Have a wonderful holiday season, and happy birthday. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz-Langus. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
Half a day. This is the Hub, Movember to Remember. I'm Jonathan Charfris. In this month's episode, Team KUAM wanted to focus on men's health, as it isn't talked about enough. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll talk with men who share their stories of battling and surviving cancer, the importance of men's mental health, and one doctor provides insight and encourages men to take care of their well-being. It was back in 2019 when I met Ray Bong Mendoza, and we've kept in touch ever since. Imagine my shock that when back in December of last year, he was diagnosed with stage 3 adenocarcinoma. He shares his story. In December of last year, 37-year-old Ray Bong Mendoza was in the Philippines for a checkup after experiencing some symptoms.
The first checkup that we did was a colonoscopy, and I was talking to the doctor. We were going over the colonoscopy results, and that's when she broke the news to me that it was adenocarcinoma. It was a cancer.
Stage 3. Mendoza saying it was the worst news ever.
I felt like a dark cloud just hover over me, and she was telling me that I needed to have surgery to get a tumor removed, and she was recommending a surgeon to me.
The next steps, he admits, was a bit of a blur to him.
I just remember during that time I was just like so silent, and I was actually tearing up. It's difficult to process, you know, like we always hear of other people getting cancer, whether it be our, you know, God forbid, our friends, our family members, people we know, people we don't know. But it's like, it's so difficult to process when it's happening to you, when a doctor is looking across from you or looking into your eyes saying that it's cancer and, you know, we need to do something.
He recalls his whole life flashing before his eyes.
Like all the decisions I've made with my poor eating habits, my poor drinking habits, my gluttonous, undisciplined lifestyle, it's just like everything was just flashing before my eyes. Like, what happened? What could I have done to avoid this? And it was just a hard pill to swallow. You know, I'm a teacher, right? So I reference it like, it's like getting a bad grade times 100,000. So yeah, it was really difficult to process at first. It takes some time. A lot of prayer, and that was my initial reaction. Life flashed before my eyes. I was silent. I thought about my wife. I thought about my son, and just looked to the Lord and asked Him for what I should do.
It was after a visit to the hospital when Mendoza knew he was going to fight and he was ready to fight.
When everyone went to bed, of course I couldn't sleep, and I brought my microphone with me, and I connected my phone. I just wanted to, you know, I just wanted to express, like I just wanted to talk or to write or something, and I chose not to journal. I decided to do like a video vlog. I haven't released it, but it's one of the things that helped me process. And in that video, as I was talking, you know, I'm a jiu-jitsu player, and at the end of the video, I remember I decided that I'm going to tap cancer out. Like, I'm going to fight it. I have a 5-year-old son. I have a wife now, and I decided I was going to fight it. You know, I've always been fighting for my health, and I felt like it was nothing new, and it's just a bigger challenge to take upon.
In regards to a prospective shift, how has his experience with cancer changed the way he views his health and the lifestyle changes he had to make?
Eating habits, I incorporate a lot of fasting. I don't eat as much as nowhere near as much as I used to. I'm avoiding a lot of processed foods and sugar, and just trying to really build my immune system and let it do its job, because cancer is an indicator that the way that I was living my life is killing me. So I had to make some changes. Eating habits, getting more sunlight, getting a lot more fresh air, gratitude, less stress. I don't overcommit to a lot of things anymore. I feel like that was one of the things that I was struggling with. I can't say no to a lot of people, so I always want to help. I always want to serve. I always want to do this and that. But when I got hit with the diagnosis, it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm serving everyone but my wife and my son.
Mendoza's main focus is to be a husband, dad, and then everything will follow after that. Believe it or not,
He says cancer made him realize that more than ever.
Nowadays, I'm truly grateful for the gift of life. It sounds cliche, right? We hear that tomorrow's never promised, life is finite, and man, when I was diagnosed, the first 3-4 months, it was really, really a roller coaster of emotion, and I had some really sad moments where I would think like, what's gonna happen when I go? My son's only 5. I just got engaged not too long ago. What's gonna happen to them if I'm gone? Am I gonna make it to my next birthday?
Today, Mendoza and his beautiful wife, Rowena, are now expecting their second child early next year. And as lifestyle changes and his courage to fight, he is now stage 2. Almost a year later,
here I am today, and I'm a lot healthier, and I'm just a lot more grateful. I'm a lot more grateful for things. I really appreciate the time I have with my son and my family. I feel like I gained a really good perspective in what's important in my life, my faith, my family.
And for any man watching, Mendoza says he can totally relate to men who are scared to get checked.
I was experiencing symptoms for months before I decided to get checked. I didn't want to get checked. It's almost like one of those things that you wish will go away, but it didn't go away. So I ended up getting checked, which is of course the right thing to do, and the best thing to do is because it's better to know. It's better to know what we're dealing with, and early detection is good, but I think prevention is even better.
Sometimes parenting can be hard. What should I be doing? The Guam Early Learning Council includes partners who can provide you with early childhood services and supports. We are here to assist. For resources and information, simply call 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays. Early connection can change everything.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at your Island Pizza Hut.
As we recognize Movember, a month dedicated to men's health, including prostate and testicular cancer, mental health, and suicide prevention, I couldn't help but think of my Papa Bill. He's one of the strongest men I know. Tonight, I'm sitting down with him to discuss his journey and his heartfelt message to other men, filled with love and urgency this Movember. For as long as I can remember, my Papa, Bill Paulino, has been the strongest, most unbreakable man I know. Someone who could withstand anything. And in 2018, even a prostate cancer diagnosis couldn't change that.
I said, wait a second, doctor, there must be something that is actually definitely wrong with me. And then he sat down and he looked at my records again. And there was something that he said, you know what? I can see that there was nothing done in regards to the PSA. PSA is an examination to determine the numbers, whether you really, it calls for some kind of examination. And definitely my numbers were already very high. And so when I saw I went to the cancer center. That was the Island Cancer Center. It was already malignant. And I was told that, definitely I have cancer and it's already malignant.
The diagnosis shook our family and sent him on an intense journey through daily radiation treatments, hoping for just a few more years together. To note, data from the American Cancer Society shows prostate cancer is the most common cancer diagnosis in men in the U.S., accounting for 30% of male cancers in 2025.
That was really horrible, going through radiation treatment every day, and you just don't feel, like yourself anymore. And so, worry began to sink into my heart in regards to, the cancer that, was facing me. And so so death.
But even as the daily treatment often left him nauseated and tired, his spirit never weakened.
But then I had to tell myself, wait a second, this is not something that I should be facing. It's something that you need to also understand that it's something that you have to maintain as a good environment, not just outside yourself, but within your heart. And that was something that I needed to make a change.
And my papa took that to heart. He turned the waiting room at the doctor's office into a place of laughter and hope, what our family fondly called the breakfast club. Every day he'd sit and chat with other cancer patients, strangers at first, who soon became friends.
I remembered sitting down with other patients, and they were all quiet. And so one day I just stood up and I said to the guys, I said, wait a second, guys, we're not ready to die. So, we got together, we had, we were barbecuing.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, and so, I developed a friendship with people there. Yeah. And I thought that was a beautiful thing. Yeah. Just getting together, sharing, not just the food that we were eating, but sharing that relationship, developing friendship with others made a difference.
With my Grandma Mary by his side and our family cheering him on, my papa kept going.
With a good mind, having a good relationship with people, giving yourself simply your heart, surrendering yourself to God, I know that I'm going to beat the 5 years.
And today, he's still here, still playing the piano for the St. Joseph Church Choir, still bush cutting, still living life to the fullest, 7 years strong in remission.
I see the doctor even up till now every 3 months. I want to make sure that, I'm okay. So you do not wait until you are, suffering, because then that becomes a problem. Who knows that your health issue at that point has exacerbated already. And you need to take care of things before they develop, into something like, what I was talking about malignancy.
What could have gone undetected if not for his own advocacy, he
My piece of advice with the men out there, you know what? Go see your primary doctor and talk to your doctor and be persistent when you know that you're feeling, you have this thing within you, our innate being, that something is wrong with us, then we need to be persistent. Be stubborn about it and say, hey, wait a second, doctor. There is something wrong with me, so don't tell me that nothing is wrong, because I would have been gone, from this earth.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
As we bring awareness to men's health this November, the conversation can't happen without tackling mental health. On average, men are less likely than women to seek help for mental health issues, and that silence can sometimes lead to deadly outcomes. Here on Guam, experts say cultural expectations and stigma can make it even harder for men to open up. But one man from the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center is hoping to change that, starting with his own story. Generations, men have been told to, quote, toughen up and hide their emotions, but that silence has come at a cost. And here on Guam, mental health experts say it's time to change that.
My name is Brandon Holm, and I am the Social Marketing and Communications Manager at Guam Behavioral Health for our Youth Suicide Prevention Grant known as the Focus on Life. So we know that men experience suicide at a disproportionately higher rate than women. That's what the data has shown us consistently over the past decade. So that's the number one reason why that we continue needed to talk about this. What we also know is that men are less likely to talk about their emotions and talk about how they're feeling, and in turn are less likely to reach out for help if they need, and to reach out to services. So months like this and conversations like this are very important because we just kind of start normalizing the conversation and showing that it's okay for us to talk about these things.
According to Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, depression, loneliness, and substance use remain some of the most common challenges facing men on island, but often those struggles are hidden.
There's a variety of different reasons for that. So from a young age, from when we were growing up, our families are telling us that we need to be strong and we can't show weakness, right? You hear, boys don't cry, boys will be boys, toughen up, man up. And so we're taught that silence equals strength, and that's not necessarily the case, and it's actually doing more harm than good.
And on a small island where everyone knows everyone, that silence
small community that everyone knows everyone's family and everyone's business, and so we don't want to bring shame, or we're told not to bring shame to our family, and we can't talk about those things. So I think that plays a key role in why men don't open up and talk about their mental health.
But Holmes says breaking that stigma starts with visibility, seeing and hearing real stories from real people.
Doing stuff like this, being upfront and talking about it is one. We have our social media channels where we'll talk about men's health. In June, we had this whole video series with men where we asked men some questions what does men's mental health mean to you? When was the last time you cried? What do you do when you're not feeling okay? And so by putting men at the forefront and showing real stories from real people, I think that's a game changer for sure.
Families and friends can also play a major role. Knowing what to look for could help save a life.
We teach them to look for three things. So what they say, how they feel, and what they do. So they can be talking about making statements of hopelessness. So there's no hope, I feel like a burden, I should just end it all. Then you have things that they're doing. So maybe they're withdrawing from activities that normally would bring them joy, or maybe they're giving away their possessions. It might be showing up in other ways like anger and irritability.
Guam Behavioral Health offers a range of services to support men, from outpatient counseling to crisis intervention and peer programs.
At Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, we offer a variety of different outpatient and inpatient services like counseling, therapy, social work. We have crisis intervention like the 988 Lifeline that people can call, text, or chat with. On top of that, we also have our rehabilitation services and peer support for those struggling with substance use issues. And then we also have our prevention services where we try to get ahead of the curve by going out into the community and offering free trainings for the community on how to recognize signs and symptoms of stuff like suicide or substance use, doing presentations at different community spaces or schools.
For Home, this work is personal. He knows firsthand what it feels like to struggle and to find hope again.
So there was a time, I recall I had like this really big breakdown. Yeah, call it what it is. You know, I was going out, I was young, I was going out a lot, had a lot of friends, a lot more social connections than I'd say that I have now. But I've never felt so alone. And so I remember coming home, heading home from a night out, and I was just driving, windows down, music was playing, and I just started crying. And I didn't know what was wrong. I just started crying, pulled over to the side of the road, and it just felt like all the emotions that I felt bottled up and those feelings of isolation just kind of came out at once, and like I screamed and I yelled. I continued to struggle for a bit after that, feeling alone and still putting on this facade that everything's okay, and I'm sure a lot of men out there know we get really good at that. But I was able to find my light, and I found my wife. Finding my best friend and someone that I could open up with and talk to and really tell her how I feel, and her being able to listen and just sit there and not try to fix or not try to judge me.
It's that kind of understanding, being able to listen without judgment, that he hopes will help other men begin to heal. And before our interview ended, Home had a message he wanted to deliver directly to any man watching tonight who might be struggling in silence.
I know it's hard, right? I've gone through it. You're going through it. I can't imagine what it is you're even going through right now. I know it's not easy to open up and to let yourself be seen and to be heard, but sometimes the hardest choice to make is usually the right choice. Reaching out doesn't mean that you're weak, right? I think we confuse vulnerability with fragility, right? Being vulnerable means that we're putting our trust out there to the people that we're trying to connect with, and that is strength. And so please reach out, and if you feel like you don't have anyone to reach out to or that hope is lost, know that there is other help available out there. You can always call 988. You can always call Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center. There are people that are here willing to listen to you and willing to help you.
If you or someone you know is struggling, help is always available. You can call or text 988 or contact the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center anytime. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. For The Hub, Movember to Remember, I'm Atsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
It's a holiday tradition that brings about the best in our entire community.